Hello, everyone. Godspeed.
Yo,
Another Friday.
with the
Causing
boys.
Ruckus.
So if
Matt
Kempo joins us,
Lucas.
he's drinking this time.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kempo.
good
He
call.
better be on here drinking with us. Otherwise,
Carl Mark's already with Let's Go Pussies. The show didn't even start yet. Relax over there.
yeah, learn some patience, man. What's wrong with you?
I hope you guys sit in your living room and like cast it on the TV and watch it as a family, because that's kind of cute if you do. And if you do,
Yeah.
we really appreciate that.
And if you don't, call the boys down.
Yeah.
Tell them stop whatever they're doing.
Yeah,
If Damien's out, bring him in.
Tell his friends they can join too,
Emergency, let's go.
but tell them they have to watch on their phones to up our viewer count.
Yes,
Obviously.
please. Yeah, actually, if you could all go in different rooms, that'd be probably better.
Yeah.
Don't cast it on the TV, please. Yo, guys, you know what I did for the first time in my entire life yesterday? I'll give you a hint. I'm not proud.
Get your pants.
If I did that for the first time in my life, that'd be pretty amazing.
Okay, well, like I don't count like when you're a kid as like I mean like in your adult life.
Still. No. I
You-
left
you
my
licked your-
fucking.
Okay.
No,
You
go
didn't
on.
even give me a chance to guess. Only one person guesses, or
Didn't want to hear it. Yeah, I wasn't talking to you.
you licked your elbow for the first time.
That'd be sick. I'd be
That'd
proud
be
of that.
pretty
Why
cool.
would I not be proud of it?
Would you be more proud of if that was the first time you shit your pants, or the first time you licked your elbow? Like which one's a bigger? Which one's a bigger feat
A
of
bigger
strength?
achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably first time shitting your pants. I don't know. Probably. No, I left my keys in the door. So upset.
Oh.
So upset because I shit on people who do that. Like Emma
You're
does
not
that.
like a forgetful. You're not a.
No, I've
forgetful
never
kind of
done
person.
that in my life. And like Emma's done it a couple times. My sister-in-law's done that a bunch of times. My sister's done it a bunch of times. I'm like, guys, what the fuck is wrong with you? Take your keys out of the door when you come in. Like, what are you doing? And then yesterday, I'm shoveling the driveway, and the dogs are barking like crazy. So I legit just go and I open the door, and I look at it. I was like, shut up. And then I closed the door, and then I kept shoveling. And then I went back inside, and I obviously left my keys. And then she comes home. She's like, "Oh, guess who I get to talk shit about today?" And I was like, "Fuck! Can't believe I did that."
Did you first guess? Was like, is it you? And she's like,
Yeah.
no, Lee, it's you.
I tried to get out of it.
It's funny that you say it because the other night Nikki, my bed was I guess like slightly away from the wall, like my frame, because it's against the wall over here. And
What made it move?
You said that like we can see your room.
over there, yeah, over there. Literally, only thick enough for the width of a phone.
Oh
And-
no!
And she's like laying down, putting her charger in, and I don't know how this happens. First of all, she like fumbles it, and it literally falls in like in the crack. And I was like, she's like, holy shit! And I was like,
Gone.
I've lived here 6 years. This has never happened to me.
I have to buy a new phone because that's
And
it.
the problem is like it's not easy to move my bed frame out because you like it's not easy to pull it out in one shot because of it being against the wall on the one side, and there's not a lot of room at the foot of the bed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, initially like we tried to crack it out just a bit, and then we had like clothes hangers and we're trying to do it, and it's like 11:45, like we're like we're tired, like
It's
So
time, yeah.
everyone else in the house, they just hear like scratching against the wall, like a coat hanger, like just
yeah.
like.
Kel texts me, she's like, is that you or the neighbors like moving or like doing a bunch of shit? I was like, no, that's us.
We're fucking up. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Did you
was like,
scratch
"Oh."
the shit out of the screen with the coat hangers?
Well, no, but that's what she said. Is like when we're trying to, they're plastic wood hangers. But when I was using
Oh,
them,
okay.
she's like, "Be careful, my screen's cracked." I was like, "Do you want me to get the phone or not?"
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like it's better to like if it's broken, at least you have it than
Yeah.
it being stuck in the abyss.
It seems like you never
Um,
care about this phone.
But literally, it's like the width, like it literally like just fit and like slid all the way down. But that was it. Like that was just like the amount of width that was available. It was like it's crazy.
It was begging to happen at some
And I
point.
was like, I'm like, this has never happened to me before ever.
I've never done that, but one time we went to a cottage, and a friend of mine was helping me unload my car. I'm like, hey, do not move this gym bag. It's a gym bag. We don't need it into the cottage.
Yes.
And he brought it inside, and that gym bag had all my money in it, like $500 cash. So when I asked for the guy to give it back, I'm like, oh, I hope he doesn't look inside the bag. He's like, nah, never mind, or takes all the money.
Yeah.
He did. He gave me back my bag. We met in Hamilton because the college was in Muskoka, and he's like, I'm going to Hamilton for business. I'll meet you there. I'm like, perfect. I'm not driving to Muskoka again anyway. And then I gave him weed. Legit. Yeah, that's what I asked. I'm like, is there anything I can get you? He's like, yo, I know you guys were smoking. Can you guys just give me like a gram? I'm like, yeah, no problem. I gave him like 5 grams. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Here's $50 worth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet, you're just a good.
Yo, and he was like, yo, you're so nice. I really appreciate it. I'm like, oh, no problem. Give me my $500 fucking dollars back, bro. Also, I had a pair of shoes in there which were easily worth $27.
Oh, so $527 he had?
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a game
That's
changer.
fucking crazy,
Knowing
man.
that,
Yeah.
that's game changer.
You would never recover from that.
Could you imagine on my way to Hamilton, he opens the bag and he's like, oh, never mind. He texts me, just never mind. I'm like, no, bro, please.
Please. That'd be so weird to open someone else's bag, though.
Especially a gym bag. Like,
That's a weird flex.
Did I tell you guys? Did I say that story on the podcast about going through other people's bags?
you used to do that for a living, no? Go ahead, tell us.
Yeah, thief. No, so my boss messages me one day and he says, okay, so just for people who don't know, my boss is in Victoria, BC.
I thought you were just
Who is that?
in Victoria, and I
Yeah.
was like, is that his wife?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say, good for
Damn.
him.
To just
Yeah.
share that.
Good for him.
Dirty. No, he's out in Victoria, BC, and he messaged me one day. He says, hey, my daughter's coming back from England, and she's stopping off in Toronto, gonna visit with some friends, and then she's heading back. He's like, I don't want her to have to carry her suitcase around everywhere, so can you pick her up from the airport, like leave work tomorrow in the middle of the day, go pick her up from the airport, grab her suitcase from her, take her to wherever she needs to go, take the suitcases back to work, and ship the suitcases to me so that I'll have suitcases and she can travel freely without them. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I can do that, man. This is also how people get kidnapped and killed, but I guess whatever, I'll do it. So I have a sign and everything, wait for his daughter at
A sign?
yeah, I made a sign.
What did the sign say?
It said her name and then it said something, I forget exactly what it wrote, but it said something like, I don't want to be here, but I also don't want to lose my job. So something like that. So I picked.
Saw it?
Oh, she laughed. Yeah, she thought it was great. She took a picture.
And then
and
she
stuff.
fired him.
And then, yeah, now I'm looking for a new job. No, so then I pick her up and I'm like, yo, where do you want me to take you? And she's like, no, it's fine. I'll take the subway. I'm going to Toronto anyways. And she gives me her suitcase and then she empties her backpack that she had with her. So now I have a suitcase and a box with a couple books in it. So I get back to the warehouse and I call my boss and I'm like, hey, I got all the stuff for you. It's one suitcase and a box of books. And he's like, oh, well, like, will the books fit in the suitcase? Like, why pay for 2 parcels instead of 1? And I was like, I don't know. Like, there's only a couple of books, like maybe, but I don't know. He's like, tell you what, Lee, open up her suitcase and put it in there. And I was like, bro, what? I was like, I don't know what's in there, man. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, that could turn out really. Oh, sorry, well, maybe it
Super
did.
awkward. No, thank God. Well, I mean, I didn't really look. I literally like opened it and just like stuffed shit in and like zipped it back up because I was like, I'm not trying to like open this up and just fucking panties and dildos go flying out.
What if it was just pictures of you?
Yo, I don't know what I'd think actually.
Pictures of you like naked, halfway on a sofa, just your junk covered.
But like, yeah, pictures of me that I didn't take, and I'm like, what is going on here?
Or they're like deep fakes.
But like not as good. It's just like very crudely
And
like
they
cut
put
out
you-
and pasted on.
And they make you, they give you like a worse body, like a dad bod.
It's a white guy.
Will Ferrell's body.
I think I might be impressed.
We have a similar story, I guess. We have a coworker that we actually work with. When I worked with him at my first job, because he referred me there, our boss was this guy who would. So he's like, "Well, you guys are on my payroll. I can basically make you do whatever I want." Which we didn't know any better at the age of 14, so we fucked him. No, I'm just kidding. With that being said, he asked my friend. He's like, hey, I'm going to need you to come with me to my house really quick, and then we're going to head back to the store on our... And my friend's like, all right, whatever. Like, my boss tells me to do something, I'm going to do it. Our boss made him pack his suitcase for his trip that he was going to, and specifically made him fold his underwear. And it was, like, the funniest thing, because this guy, like...
That's so humiliating.
Yeah, my friend was, like, pissed. But it was his first job, and you know when you're at your first job, like, you know it's wrong, but you don't know how to say anything.
Yeah, you don't
about
want to. You
it.
don't want to.
Yeah, you don't know what you can do
when you're young.
And yeah, and he was saying like that our boss was literally throwing underwear. At one point, like underwear like hit him in the face. And I was like,
that's nuts.
I was like, hey man, for minimum
He's
wage,
nuts.
it was worth it.
oh, where'd my arm go? Like I'm unsheathing a sword, but it's oh no, there we go. Kempo, what's up?
Kempo, you're drinking, right?
Sadly, yes, he fell off the wagon as figured, and it's a good thing.
What is that?
Like
are you talking
drink?
Like you're
Tell
drinking?
me today's the first night you drank. If you drank before without us, bro.
Oh, I'll be upset. Come on, I have a shot poured right now to join you.
Oh man, that's so hurt. Speaking of which, what are you guys drinking?
Tequila, baby.
Oh, white tequila.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you have a preference on light or dark tequila?
Depends on what I'm trying to do.
If
I'm doing shots,
if you're trying to like walk the CN Tower, what kind of tequila would you
like
use?
if I'm trying to drive, I prefer the white tequila. No, I do not
because you
condone
won't get
drinking
pulled
and driving.
over as
Don't
much.
do that. That's right. Exactly. That's right. That's right. You drink the dark stuff. Oh man, straight to jail. 3 warning shots in the back. Not okay. Sorry.
That was really dark.
That's why they don't like. That's why the please don't like it.
It's way too dark.
Yeah, like you can have a drink or two before you drive hours later.
How many during?
Sure. Hours later. Sure.
That's usually how it goes.
Do you guys ever play red light, green light,
I'm-
where like
I'm-
every red light you reach, you take a shot?
It's nuts.
Campbell says, sadly, I have to participate in saving the world, or at least Canada. How are you leaving us with that?
What the
Are
hell
you-
does that mean? Are you a superhero on the side? Did you
Yeah,
just
what's
start
going
drinking?
on, man? How do we get
Freedom
more?
convoy.
You didn't answer about drinking, so
I guess he's not. Because unless he drinks and then saves the world, that's kind of cool. A drunk.
yeah,
superhero.
that's like Hancock. With
That's
Will
true.
Smith.
Yep, that's true. That's fair.
What about you, Lucas? What are you drinking?
I am drinking white wine again. I've been thinking because Matty, you used to use that app where you'd get, I guess, wine and then write like a review about it.
Vivino, yes.
I was thinking about doing that and start switching to red wine, and then every podcast trying a new one. Because
I'm down.
if I'm
I'm
drinking
game.
once a week on the podcast, fuck it, I'll change it
not?
up a little.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm down to do that. I'll reopen that app.
And I'm sorry. Part of that thing is you have to review the wine they give you.
You don't. You can leave a score of what you thought it was out of 5, and then what happens is based on what you rate, it will recommend wines for you to try based on what your scores
Oh,
are.
that's cool. That's very
Yeah.
cool.
I was trying. I think I got up to like 14 ones that I had like rated because I was trying one every time I went to the LCBO. I would buy a different bottle, like one I hadn't bought before.
Do you always buy what it recommends you next?
I would look at a few of the options. Like right now, it actually is telling me picked for you, and it's listing a bunch of them.
Oh, so it gives
And
you.
it actually gives you the price, and you can actually buy it right to your door.
Oh.
But some of them you have to buy, like for example, this one you have to buy like 6 bottles. Like you can't just buy one.
So is this just an Ontario app then? Since I'm assuming it works through LCBO.
No, it's not through LCBO. It doesn't.
Oh right.
I
yeah,
don't know how it's delivered. Yeah.
That's right. I forgot you can buy wine and stuff at the grocery stores now.
They just send out
Oh,
Jerry in his Prius just to deliver it. Pretty sick.
Working on the Freedom Convoy thing. Yes. Okay.
Oh, so he is a hero.
Drinking. Yes. Gentlemen, behave yourselves. We will, Kempo. I hope you have a good night drinking without us, and we're sad that you're not spending it with us, but at least you're saving Canada. So
Boom.
there's that.
Go get him.
There's that.
So what's your thought on the Freedom Con? I know we talked about it a little bit, and I don't want to spend too.
My
long on
opinions change on it.
it. So maybe you saw the same thing I saw.
What
Why
did you
is
guys
your
see?
opinion change?
Oh.
Okay, what was your initial opinion, Lucas, and why did it change?
So my initial opinion with the Freedom Convoy was, fuck yeah, stick it to the man. As always, I'm always down for that shit. The reason I think my opinion has changed just because of everything going on recently with the media and all that shit. And that's the problem, is that I don't really have a clear answer because it could just be media feeding me BS. But just becoming just dumb, I guess.
Wait.
Do you think it's just
What
lost
do-
its novelty?
I think
What-
it's lost its purpose. Like
What about the media? Sorry.
Well, okay, first off, the media is always going to portray things negatively. So the Nazi flags, the destruction or the vandalism, whatever have you, they're going to portray that, and you can't escape that. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. But I don't even see anything good anymore. Even when I look at like people who are like presenting it, don't have any more information about it being a good thing. Now they're apparently going to Toronto rather than Ottawa because they realize that the mandates are a provincial thing, but the original mandates that they were fighting against were just the border between states and Canada, where now they're actually fighting not only that, but specifically lockdown mandates. So it used to be about the mandates between they wouldn't have to quarantine after travel because of truck drivers. Now it's about lockdowns, and they're changing it, but they're also having bandwagoners of people who are just don't know what the fuck they're protesting anymore. I don't even know what they're protesting anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that'll happen with every protest, though, right? You get those people coming in trying to be posing, just trying to be part of a movement, and they just kind of ruin it for everyone else. Sorry, Matt, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say too. The other interesting thing that I've seen a lot of is like, those people who like. I didn't know that you could do this, but I guess it makes sense that you can like pay people to go to these protests with like the Confederate flag or whatever.
Really?
To make it. Yeah, people say like they get hired by these agencies that want to portray it in a negative light, like the big social, because then it's a racist protest, right? And apparently I was reading people like you can hire someone like $10,000 to go be like, yeah, I'll walk around with the flag and stuff to for your media.
Honestly, I can't really hate on that because I would probably do it for $10,000.
I was about to say,
really?
I'll piss some people off for $10,000.
For $10,000, if someone said you need to go in front of media with a Confederate flag or a Nazi flag,
and like this person's wearing a mask, yeah.
See, they don't know it's you. Okay, I'd do it.
Wow, you sold your soul, eh?
Bro, come on, you guys know that about me. There's a price tag for everything.
I think with everyone there's a price for anything. Anyone who says they're like, no, you can't put a price on doing that. Either the price isn't high enough, or they just don't need the money. But
or they're just not really thinking critically.
Yeah, or they're rich, like they're wealthy already.
That too. There's literally like maybe 5 things that I would never do for money. But other than that, let's hear it. Let's hear your price, and I'll go for it.
Can I list one of my 5?
Sure.
It's you. I would not do you for money.
Oh, yeah? I bet that changes when there's a price tag.
Yeah?
$6.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
no problem.
That's what I fucking thought.
Who's the imbecile that would waste $10K on that? It's the people who.
That's fair.
It's the outlets that are trying to portray the protest in a way that's racist or violent.
So
that was what I was reading.
So to dovetail off Matt's point, sorry, I said dovetail. I got a poor drink, but to dovetail off Matt's point,
haven't done that in forever.
Is that we were talking? There's a lot of the media sources being like, oh, like these people are spreading negativity, and then the Freedom Convoy was posting, just an FYI, if people try to pay you to make this something that's not, announce it, like put them down or take the money first, and then call them out.
They were saying like people were getting offered to pay money to like start like throwing shit and making it like a violent protest.
Wow.
Yeah. Because then the police can get involved.
Yeah.
So the thing that's nuts though is that my biggest problem with not actually the Freedom Convoy itself, but the exposure of Freedom Convoy, is the amount of friends I have on social media who are pissing me the fuck off about the opposite side of it. Being like, if you support this, you're supporting white supremacy. I'm like, this has nothing to do with white supremacy. Thank you.
Oh my
God. You know what the funniest part about that is to me though? Sorry to cut you off, Lucas. Go ahead.
Well, is it gonna tie back with another convoy or another protest?
No.
Okay. Go. You say your point first. Then.
Okay. Anyone who thinks the Freedom Convoy in Canada is a white supremacist thing has not worked in any industry where you get truckers in. And I'm not trying to be racist. This is just a fact.
Here we go.
85% of the truck drivers that come into my warehouse are all Sikh. Like, truck driver population in Canada is insanely Sikhified. That's a word. I made it. But
You
it's
should have
me,
said
you know what I
insanely
mean?
Seek, bro. It would have been so Seek.
Oh,
Oh, you
it's so-
idiot.
oh, fuck.
And see, but that's what I
Rewind.
mean, though. To jump in, like, do they get that belief because of what they're seeing on social media with
100%.
protest?
Oh, yeah.
But that's exactly why these people get paid this money.
Oh
And
no,
Carl's saying,
exactly.
like, I don't doubt it, but that's true. It ain't costing them 10K. But if it's like if it's high up people that that this protest could really have an impact on, like, we don't know the underlying factors that are at risk by these protests and some of the actions they're looking to push. Like, if you remove the mask mandate, like, think of how many companies would take a huge hit on their bottom line because now they can't generate masks because no one buys them anymore.
Sure.
Like, those kind of industries,
Interesting.
again, like what we were talking about with the whole pharmacy sector, like Pfizer being a $1 billion company last year. Like, that's a ton of money that all these mandates play an impact on how much money these companies are making.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe there might be a price tag that people are willing to pay to have this type of portrayal on it.
It's funny though, because I saw that my brother showed me this video of like this lady, this white young gal standing there with a sign. It says, I forget what it said. It says something like, "Oh, the Freedom Convoy is racist," and the camera literally just pans to the side, and like a lady's like interviewing them. They're like, "Oh, you think it's racist?" Like, I'm like, "Yeah, this is racist." And they turn the camera to the side, and there's a Sikh man standing there, and they're like, "What do you think?" He's like, it was just so funny that like it went immediately just to shut this girl's point out, and the guy's like, "This has nothing to do with race. I am just a driver. I do not like white. It's not about white. It's not about black." And I was like,
That's what he said?
Legit, he said something to the effect of that.
Good. That's good, because that's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. It's
Well,
not about. It has nothing to do with
Nothing to
race.
do with skin color.
Well,
yeah.
it's-
Especially just this Sikh man standing there being like, "What? I'm not a white supremacist."
The way you explained it too, I picture it being like one of those office pans where it's like someone talking and then it like quickly shifts and he's just like standing there.
Dude,
Waiting for his
that's-
close up.
Yeah,
Even better.
that's how I envisioned it when you said it.
He was probably standing there like awkwardly, and the camera like pan at an angle, and he's like, "Is it my time? Is it my time?"
You know that other meme with
okay.
the guy who's watching the soccer game like this?
Yes. Yeah, perfect.
That's
Fucking perfect. That's fucking perfect.
Yeah. So
And sorry, I just before we move on, have you seen the original video?
Yes.
I just saw it the other day. The cricket match.
Yeah. Because the guy like fumbles, he's so
Yeah,
upset. It's so fucking great.
Oh,
I love
man,
it.
it
I
was
hope
so
that meme
good
never
to-
dies.
Yeah, it was so good to see the actual clip that it's related to.
Sorry, real quick, Lucas, the floor is yours right after this. It's 20 minutes and we haven't taken a shot, guys.
Oh.
Let's come on, let's do this thing.
Oh yeah. And I didn't get to say what I was drinking, but it's okay.
You cut yourself off, I'm sure. Pink
And,
Wit.
Yeah, no, I'm shooting Pink Wit, but I'm drinking.
I'm shooting vodka.
Everybody, cheers.
Cheers.
Enjoy your Friday.
Cheers, cheers, happy Friday.
Man.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Who's joke of the week, Lee? Yeah, it's your joke of the week.
Fuck.
Yo, hold on.
Um,
Before I'll give you some time because let me just finish my point.
sorry.
Yeah, so one of the biggest issues that I see with my social media in this is that most of the people who are hating on the Freedom Convoy for being, and even claiming that it's white supremacy, are also the people who were huge supporters of BLM when BLM was protesting was like
Yeah.
burning down buildings and straight up vandalism. And they're like, how can you let Freedom Convoy put this stuff on? Because they put like an outfit on Terry Fox's statue and put a sign over him, and then they removed it after. They're like,
Sure.
how can you let this vandalism happen? Like,
what
this
kind
protest.
of outfit did they put on?
There was just like a scarf and a hat, like yeah, like to me, like nothing that you're really like I wouldn't count as
Like a
vandalizing.
My
A
mom
scarf and a
was
hat?
so pissed at the hat.
What kind of hat? Okay, wait. What kind of hat?
I'm pretty
was
sure it was a hat that was in Canada. Like, it wasn't even a thing. You just gotta put a hat
Nothing
on.
about it was offensive, and the sign that
No.
put around his neck strip was like for freedom or something like that. But like the fact that so many people are so blind to this, where it's like, bro, if you supported strongly and sided with BLM while they were burning down places and literally trying to start a race war at certain points, but then this Freedom Convoy's white supremacy when it has nothing to do with that is insane to me. Crazy.
Yeah,
Hold on,
not
hold on.
not only just burn places down, but also shoot and kill people.
Lucas, can you enable screen sharing for a second? I want to show everyone what the picture is.
yeah.
Oh, actually, sorry, people on Twitch can see it, but this is the picture.
I'm sorry. What?
I have to because I can't screen share.
Here.
But like on my side.
Go ahead.
This is the picture. This is the hat.
Yeah.
The scarf.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
Like,
Yeah, it's not that bad. Like
it's not at all.
It's not like defacing it. Like
It's like-
it's
that's
it's a Canadian flag as a.
that's
as
the
a
Canadian
cape.
version of vandalizing. Let me just put this Canada hat on him. Oh.
oh, sorry.
Oh my God,
I
you
wish you
stole
didn't
my
ruin it so
drink.
fast because did they glue that?
I heard it like gurgle that. It's so good. So good.
Man, it's all over my pants.
Oh man.
You mean your trousers?
Oh yeah, my trousers. Sorry.
Pants or underwear?
That
Yeah,
sucks.
come on. Did we not?
Well,
teach you
actually,
something
how
last
much
time?
just spilled? I did. It's all over my pants too.
Oh shit.
It's got
This guy
deep
is
in there.
cultured.
Oh man, that sucks. But yeah, that's pretty funny.
No, dude, that's
I don't think that's defacing at all.
that is
Like,
that's vandalizing. That's defacing, and that's supporting white supremacy technically by anyone on my social media would say for sure. So
very interesting.
Yeah.
Lee, do you have a joke?
I do.
Here.
I use that time to scrounge and find one. You know, like those tire pumps at the gas station?
Yeah.
You know those used to be free, but now it's like $1.50. Do you know why?
No.
Inflation.
pretty
Woo!
pretty
Gotcha.
good.
Gotcha.
I wanted to tell you guys one that I heard on Instagram this week, and I fucking howled when I heard it. So I hope you guys find it as funny as I do.
Sure.
Yo, knock knock.
Who's there?
Howa.
How who?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing?
You were howling at that?
Yeah, I laughed. Maybe to the video, they laughed really hard, but I laughed pretty fucking hard at it.
It's alright.
That's a pretty good one, man. No one expects it. Did you expect that was gonna be the answer?
I expected more.
Yeah,
To be
I was gonna
honest.
say, I expected more.
Yeah,
Damn.
that was the problem.
Well, good thing it wasn't my joke of the week.
Yeah, that's not fair. You can't use my joke of the week to buffer out yours.
I just did.
Fuck.
You know,
Yep. Okay.
Oh my god.
well, I asked my
Sandy's
friend.
Sandy's a Leaf fanboy. She said you actually made Sandy genuinely laugh with your joke. Matt, not so much. She
Yes!
said it like Borat too.
Woo! Thank you, Sandy. I'm here for you. Yo, so here's something I've been thinking about and has been on my mind decent amount in the past
Dick?
little while. I'm sorry.
Is Dick?
Yeah. Can we spend this episode talking about dick? Big
Like
ones,
Robert?
little
Like-
ones,
Like
short
Robert?
ones, tall
Richard,
ones.
not Robert.
That's Richard. That's Bob.
Fuck you, Bob.
Oh man.
No,
That should have been your
Robert-
joke of the week.
I mean Robert's dick.
Yeah, you're thinking of a very specific person's dick. That's weird.
I think I only know one Robert. It's Robert Munch. That's it.
Well, Robert, what? Oh, that's.
I know.
Robin.
I know.
I was gonna
Robs.
say Robert Williams. Yo,
This guy doesn't
I'm
know
on
any
fire
names.
with the names today.
Fucking terrible.
Robert Nixon,
Uh,
my favorite president.
Unbelievable.
Fucking, he's the worst. He's the worst. No, so legit. Okay, I'll kick you a scenario, and we'll up it up every now and then. Not every now and then, but as we go on. Okay, so scenario 1: you are the parent, and your child is getting teased at school by a particular kid. What do you do?
Is it for a shitty haircut? I tease him too.
But what if his haircut is exactly like yours?
Yeah, but I rock it better. That's on him.
What if yours is worse?
Fuck.
And what if, then the kid starts making fun of Lucas. And stuff.
Yeah. He makes fun of my son's dad's haircut.
Yeah.
Just back to me.
No,
So-
let's say your kid's getting like verbally teased, obviously, but bullied. Let's say. What do
Hey,
you?
how old is my kid at this time?
6 to 8.
Okay.
Well, I would tell them to tell that person like that you don't appreciate what they're saying, and then if that doesn't work, then I'm not gonna tell him to self-defend. I think it's too young at 6 to 8 to say like you tell him to stop and he keeps doing it, like
Sock
knock him
him.
out.
I don't know. That's self-defense. That's just fighting somebody.
No, but it's like if you ask and they keep saying no and you keep saying no, then I would eventually get their parents involved.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Eventually, yes.
So would you get their parents
I
involved
get the parents
before you
involved
tell
before,
teachers?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, before I tell teachers.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna say before I tell him to hit him back, like to. Yes,
that
I
is
would
on the
tell him-
table though.
Yeah, I would tell him. I would tell the parents first before.
Going to teachers.
Well, before I tell my son to hit him, and then.
Okay. Yes.
No, I think I would involve the teachers and the parents at the same time. I would do it in like one go.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
Bring it to light with the
Yeah.
person with the all-seeing eye that's there. during the day.
Interesting. I would
That's my take.
If they're doing their job properly.
I would just tell my kid like, is it a persistent issue? Yeah. Tell him to stop. If it keeps persisting, yeah, go to teacher. Or go
Okay.
to
Knock him out?
Whatever.
Or no, not yet.
No, honestly, the inner me would just be like, yo, just fucking break his nose. But
Break his nose.
yeah, like
that's pretty
that,
intense.
like something that would like fuck him up for like a few years. Like golf club to the shin. I don't know, something.
Yeah, that's lifetime, baby. Actually, well, kids heal
So-
it much quicker. So.
Carl, Caitlin, what about you?
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page as you guys. I might. I don't know if I'd go to their parents first. I think I'd go to the teachers first. Like, hey, like this kid's.
No,
this
I want
kid's-
that. I want the parents to know that your kid's being a bitch.
You want to send a message?
I see that.
I want
see
to send a
that too.
message. Yeah, I'm about that.
That's fair. That's
Yo,
fair.
I'm gonna hire
mean,
a
they-
hit on little Johnny. Get the
Yo,
mafia
we'll-
involved.
We'll talk later. I specialize in punching kids, so
I'll just go to Freedom Convoy, pay
Before.
someone $10,000 to punch out that kid
they'll probably do it. Pay me the $10,000. Why are you paying a stranger?
because you don't deserve the money.
Okay, so
sorry,
let's
Lee, but you were
let's.
saying you didn't finish
Yeah.
your point. I cut you off. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think I'm very much on the same point as you guys, where like I tell my kid like deal with it kind of thing, like tell him to stop. If it doesn't persist, yeah, I think I go to the teachers before the parents, try and kill the situation. If that doesn't work, then yeah, I'm gonna talk to the parents. I will talk to the principal. It really depends on the extent of this verbal bullying. Now let's turn it up a notch. Let's say
Yeah, sorry. You bring up a good point though. It depends like what kind of things they're saying.
yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's define that then. Where's your line?
Like if the kid's like, "Oh, you suck," you know what I mean? Like
That's a punch to the face.
no,
Like,
no, no.
That's the
like,
punchline.
that's like tell them you don't like and then all this shit. But if they're like your mom sells fake insurance or some shit. I was
Yo,
trying to quote- I was
what?
trying to-
Good
I
boys.
was,
Oh, like your mom
oh.
plagiarizes her cookbook?
yeah. That's fight. That's punch. That's punch.
Yeah. That's when I grab the cookbook and
Curb
just
stomp.
smack him.
Curb
Bad
stomp that
kids.
kid.
Yeah, like it depends the extent of the things that they're saying. Cause it's weird. Like kids nowadays, much younger, know like far more offensive stuff than like
Way better disses than I knew.
yeah,
Way
100%,
better.
100%.
You poo poo head. That's what I'd say.
Four
I mean, still got
eyes.
some
And they're like,
punch.
no.
Oh, fucking
no,
four
I
eyes
don't
is-
have poo poo.
Okay, so let's turn it up a little bit. Let's say now they're beyond words. They're doing physical things, not like violence, but
Like I got your nose?
yo, that's fucked. No, let's say they ruin your kid's artwork, or
How are they doing this and the teacher's not noticing?
let's say the teacher noticed, but the teacher didn't do anything, and your kid comes.
oh,
Your kid comes home.
Teacher fucking sucks.
Then I use the
Sure. But-
kid as a baseball bat to knock out the teacher.
Or let's say the teacher did something like, let's say Billy poured water all over Sally's drawing, and all the teacher did was say, "Billy, don't do that." And your kid comes
Well,
home
then
crying, being like,
that teacher's weak. I would say like you need to.
But
you
"Sure."
need
But
better
what do you do?
mechanisms.
What do you do as the parent when your kid comes home and says,
I
"Yo, this
will
guy just
ask.
ruined my
I'll
life"?
ask the story, then I'll try to get the true story from the teacher. Only because some kids might just take a like. What if genuinely the kid knocked over water while sitting beside my kid and genuinely fucked it up by accident? Like that
Yep.
happens.
That happens for sure.
Right?
For
So
sure
I
it
get
happens.
consistency. If the teacher's like, oh yeah, straight up, Josh is wrecking your kid sucks shit, then we got a problem.
Mm.
Right?
Oh my god, Emma wasn't here?
No, I guess not.
Mod, what
Hey,
if
Emma,
we have
good to
serious
see
things
you.
Ninja.
You just snuck
Yo,
on in there.
to be honest, I don't think she's modded our last like 5.
What do we pay Emma for then?
We don't pay her.
To stay off the cameras.
Wait, we don't pay her? Well, why does she invoice me every week?
That's how I'm paying for the wedding, bro. Thank you.
Oh, that's funny.
Out to dinner. What'd you get? In the meantime, okay, let's say the kid keeps doing things like that.
Like
Keeps,
it's a continuous issue that this one kid is bullying mine.
Yeah.
Get
It's not like physical, but like it's beyond
Yeah, no,
teasing.
they're like picking on your kid.
I go
Yes,
to the
they're picking
principal.
on
I
your
go to the principal and be like, "Yo, get their parents to meet us, my kid's parents. We're gonna have a chat about it." And if that escalates,
I honestly
I
thought you were
fight.
gonna say get their parents, their kid to meet me in the playground.
I was gonna say that.
Let's go.
I
I'll
was gonna
take
say-
all of them. I'll take all of them.
Okay, so the
Yo, what's up, Grand
hold
Champ?
on. I see Lee Grand Champ.
Oh,
Shout out Lee Grand Champ. What's up, bro? The other thing is Lee. I want to call it what Carl said. Carl said,
Yeah.
tell your kid that nothing is permanent and their art was shit to begin with. Sick parenting. I'm gonna
That's
try
it.
that one.
That's it. That's the stuff. That's why I see when Carl brings his kids to jits, and I see when he like rolls with his kids, there's like this passion in their eyes, and they're trying to fuck him up. And like when they get a choke and he like, taps, they hold on a couple seconds longer. I get it now.
Yeah, they're like,
get
oh yeah, how's my choke, Dad? Is it shit?
You know what else isn't? You know what else isn't permanent, Dad? Your fucking life. Your life isn't permanent.
As they're choking Carl out, like his son like reaches for like, remember this dry macaroni from the artwork you fucking destroyed? Dad, eat it.
100%.
Okay,
100%.
so at this point, the teacher has already been addressed, and this is still happening.
Yes.
Then
And
yeah,
the teacher, what the teacher's saying is, we've talked to him about it, and we're working on it. But your kid keeps coming home maybe 2-3 times a week saying, "He fucked up my
yeah, no.
artwork.
How do we say? Does he
He
sound like
fucked
that?
up. Daddy, he fucked up my artwork."
And I'll be like, why do you sound like that? You're 8.
Realistically,
Fuck is your problem? Maybe you deserve to get picked on.
realistically, if this were happening that often, I would start documenting all the times I have talked to the teacher, talked to the principal. If something doesn't happen,
What do you do?
I start going to the school board because they will
you
do
escalate
something.
to the
Okay.
school board.
Realistically, that's what I would actually do. Is I would start
Sure.
documenting it, keeping it on file. This is how many times I talked to the teacher. This is how many times incidents have happened. I've tried to get them to address to the parents. They said they're dealing with it. Nothing's happening. Go to the school board. Teacher loses their job. Perfect.
Look at that.
Okay.
Documenting every step. This guy's a professional HR administrator.
This
right here.
guy's good. Put that on his
Guy's
resume. Okay, let's take it up a little bit more. They have gone beyond.
Okay, are we
ruining
talking these are all sequential, or like this is now like a new scenario?
Let's say it's a new scenario. Yeah. Because if all this is building up, it's whack that nothing has happened.
Yeah.
So let's say this kid does get physical, and punches your kid, and you know what? I'll give no. Let's put you in my shoes. Obviously, this is stemming from real life things that I'm thinking about.
Oh.
This kid sprays hand sanitizer in your kid's eyes. What do you do?
What?
What do you do?
Pre-COVID too.
Sorry?
Like pre-COVID, like when
No.
hand sanitizer wasn't like as common nowadays.
Sure.
It was still pretty common.
Does that
out
change
there.
the? Does it change the story? Does it change your reaction?
Yeah. It's pre-COVID hand sanitizer involvement. Like hand sanitizer before COVID wasn't like as common. I feel.
Oh,
like,
you know what though?
Hmm.
Hand sanitizer pre-COVID was a lot stronger because they dilute it now for supply. So that shit could blind you.
Damn.
That's back when it was like
that's a fair point.
99%
That's what I'm saying.
alcohol, bro, and just
That's
fucking.
a fair point.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That was the point you were trying to make?
It wasn't. It wasn't.
No,
Uh,
it wasn't.
I would probably do the same steps. I'd go through the teacher if they don't deal with it right away. I ask them to get their
That's
parents
an
involved.
immediate escalation to principal, teacher,
Yeah.
parents, their siblings. Everyone's coming to this.
Their grandparents. grandparents. If they're
cousins.
dead, we go to the funeral and resolve it.
The funeral or the cemetery?
The funeral, because what I'm about to do is gonna put them right there.
Okay, sick.
I'm gonna put hand sanitizer
Yikes.
in all the foods they eat for the rest of their lives.
Okay, so here's where I am with Carl. I'm with Carl on this. I don't want to keep jumping into the chat too much, but Carl says, in that situation, it would take a lot for me not to fuck the kid up myself. 100%, that was my emotions immediately, too. I was like, excuse me? I'll curb stomp a kid. I'm not above that. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
What about, would you do it to, like, I would do it to what about doing it to their parents and the kid? Like, oh yeah? You want to see how it feels? Yeah,
line them up. I'll line them up for sure.
We had a kid in my school who I guess was getting bullied. So what his parents did was they started involving themselves in all the committees they could to be near the other kid to kill him with kindness / kind of start like calling him out in person without being in trouble for it. I'm like, all right, okay.
That's interesting.
But that's a lot. That's a lot of time you spend. Committees.
No, that's the long play.
That is the long play though. Yeah.
That is a very good one. Okay, so basically the point I'm trying to get at is let's take ourselves to a point where the kid does something pretty fun. Let's say the kid does the hand sanitizer thing. The kid punches your kid in the face. Things along this line where maybe we've crossed the bounds of just telling your kid, hey, okay, first of all, what do you tell your kid, and how do you as a parent? Let's say your kid got punched in the face 3 separate days. Or whatever fills your brain with a fuck kind of moment.
My dad taught us growing up that if someone ever laid a hand on you, that he's like, I wouldn't be upset at you if you like fought back, if you punched someone back.
Yo.
And that's I would have that same, like, yeah, if someone punched you, like, fucking knock up, like, that's for they've initiated this now. Like,
here's the thing.
I'm not opposed to that.
Growing up, I was taught the same thing. My mom always told me, if someone puts their hands on you, make them pay. Like, if they hit you, hit them harder. Like, make them regret that choice. And I believe in that 100%. It's weird that nowadays parents don't like that. I think that's
Well,
they just don't like the violence, right? They don't like the tit for tat aspect. And they're like, no, that's not the right thing. The right thing to do is be the bigger person, tell a teacher, get that person in trouble because now you're in trouble too. No, I don't care. If my kid got suspended for beating up their bully, we'd be having a fucking party that week.
Yeah, we're celebrating. And I think the stand up for yourself thing is valid feedback, but there's always a point that it's like you can only do so much verbally without.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, if that line gets crossed, then I would never be upset at my kid for defending themselves.
Yeah, I would always say, regardless, even before that situation, I would always say, if you got hit them right back. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And also, I would also mention,
it
doesn't matter how old they are, what their sex is, what their race is. It doesn't matter. Hit them back. I don't care. I don't care if it's a girl.
100%.
Guy. Fucking knock them out. Kill them.
Yeah.
Kill them.
Dead. Okay.
Pee in their pet fish's fishbowl.
Okay, so then I'm gonna kick you this very real scenario, and then I want to get your opinions on what you do as the parent afterwards. But so this actually happened, and this when my sister told me about this. I'm being very transparent here. It's about my niece. Oh man, I want to go to school myself. So this kid bullies my niece and pushes her. So she does what she was told to do, and she pushes back. And the teacher then goes to her and says, hey, we don't push back. Doesn't say we don't push back. It gives her the discipline, which, I mean, we could dissect this on so many levels, but like, as I thought about it, and like my sister and I were having this conversation, and it came up to the point like, yo, that is a very, very key moment in a young lady's life. That she's getting bullied, she stands up for herself, and a grown man is now teaching this woman, or this to be a woman, this girl, that we don't stand up for ourselves when we are being picked on.
See, that's a very interesting way to look at it too.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even think
if I was the teacher,
the psychological aspect of that.
Insane.
If I was a teacher, I would have been the complete opposite side of that. I would have been like, you fucked up. Yeah.
But the thing is, as a teacher, can you do that, or like, do you risk losing your job?
Do you turn a blind eye?
No, but I'm trying to play the devil's advocate.
Sure, go on.
Here. So, like, if you then say good job for standing up for yourself, can that be interpreted as, well, you're encouraging violence?
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
But it's like, it should be discipline on both sides. It shouldn't just be one. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah, like the teacher very much admitted, like, I saw him push you, but I don't like the way you responded to the push. Like,
I don't like the way you push them back.
So
Like,
yeah, like that's the stupidest thing in the world.
So I had a similar story happen to me, where I wasn't getting bullied in school. I was always
you pushed a girl.
no. So as I was growing up,
She pushed him back.
I typically was the biggest kid in my grades and stuff, and I had this one kid who him and I were just getting into a disagreement. I think it was over Beyblades. It could have very well been over Beyblades.
Nice.
And the kid punched
This
me.
was like last week, huh?
No. So the kid punched me, so I punched him right back. He cried and went to a teacher. Teacher sent us both to the principal's office. We both explained our stories. And this is where it was the complete opposite. So the principal sat us both down front, and he's like, why are you hitting him? And he pointed to me. He's like, why are you hitting this guy who's like double your size? He's like, why? He's like, what are you trying to get out of it? He's like, you will not win that battle. And he basically lectured us both on how violence is wrong. He's like, you guys should honestly just settle with words. If you guys are frustrated, take a breath, separate, and then, talk another day. And he did, in my opinion, the right thing. Where he first talked to the guy who initiated the thing, being like, why would you even initiate with this guy who's going to knock you out? Like, what's the point? But then also, he wasn't trying to encourage violence. He was like, you guys should have not used violence at all. So, like, at the end of the day, like, I was like, oh, principal said, like, why'd you even mess with this guy? But ultimately, I got sent home as well, just like the other kid did.
Yeah. That's I think that's handled fairly well.
It's gotta be. Yeah, like if you. Yeah, you can't encourage the violence. You can talk about like why it wasn't the right choice to do it, but the problem is that doesn't eliminate the fact that there's always going to potentially be a violent, a push we'll consider violence because it's physical. There's always potential that it's going to escalate to that because everyone was brought up in different, with different expectations, different environments. So what someone might view as like, too far or wrong may not be the same. It's not the same for everyone.
Well, to be honest,
but I think it needs to be like you like how Lukasz, your scenario was handled in a good way, where it's like what you did was wrong, both of you. Here's why. Like you shouldn't resort to that ever. Like really, there's no reason to, unless it's like, I like when you take this conversation even a step further back. Like when or what would you say instigates the need to utilize violence? I really think the only time is when it's only when violence comes to light. Like no situation should ever escalate to violence being needed until violence is a part of it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I see what you mean, but someone has to be the one.
Someone has to initiate
to jump the gun.
But it's like realistically, nothing should ever have to escalate that high.
In an ideal world, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
But that's the thing too. In an ideal world, though, if let's say you're out there and someone just happens to be an angry person, he's yelling at a cashier, and you're like, "Yo, bro, like settle down," and he comes to push you. I probably wouldn't push him back. In fact, I'd probably much prefer pressing charges and seeing him getting shit by law, right? Because ultimately, that's the bigger goal is that you either de-escalate the situation or you let the authorities handle it. Because if you push back,
you're now potentially at risk,
right? Where but when you're a kid, where like obviously you're not gonna call the cops and get the cops involved to press charges on a 6-year-old. I would like you'd want to obviously teach. Well, you should have de-escalated the situation and walked away. Like, if he pushes you, walk away. You know what I mean? Like, but
no, but you need to take notes from that guy who does those Instagram videos. You know that
that
guy with the gun. Yeah, and he turns around and just grabs it.
Dude, did you see? Okay, there was a video of him basically going to like a seminar to teach, and there was this other guy who was there, and he gave him a fake gun, and he's like, all right, I'm going to disarm you. And he goes, and the other guy just like, and like you hear like the fake gun like pull the trigger twice, and then, see, that was just me showing you in slow-mo. So he turns back and he tries to catch him off guard again, and the guy shoots him again twice. Yo, it's the funniest thing. Like, how can you take self-defense like be a self-defense professional if no one takes you seriously and you just got shot 4 times?
Yeah,
like, what's up?
And
Yeah.
everyone makes the memes of that, of like them trying to do it and then they end up in heaven.
Yeah, they're so funny. They're so funny. Sorry, to go back to it though, the aspect of from your perspective. Okay, we've looked at it from what we tell our kids and stuff, but your own mental state in this. I'll tell you exactly what I was thinking. Is right off the bat, I'm like, my immediate reaction is, I'll fight this kid. I'll do it. Sure. Like, you want to fight someone? Let's go. Like, you're gonna regret it. And then when your dad comes to school, I'll beat the shit out of him too. Like, bring it on. But that's obviously the initial thoughts, and then you work out all that, and you're like, okay, what am I really going to do? Because it's fun to have those fantasies, but that's not what I'm really going to do. But then you start to dissect and you say, okay, why am I not going to do that? Because I want to handle this situation where everyone wins. Because yes, this kid's being a little dick, and his little kid hit my niece, but at the end of the day, they're both kids, and let's dissect me going to school and not even beating the shit out of the kid, but just being a bully and like getting in his face and intimidating him. Let's dissect that. I don't know what he's going through at home. I don't know why he's acting the way he is. Sure, I'm defending my niece, but did I just push him to a new low because some random man, grown ass adult, came to school and scared the shit out of him? Like, did I just make a bigger bully? Did I just fuck him up mentally? Did I make him a serial killer if I were to hit him? You know what I mean? Because like all those people come from dark past. So how do I handle this situation where this kid's being an asshole to my niece, where they both get to grow up, both learn a big lesson, and both turn into big people? Because for me, I'm always rooting for the kids. I don't care. They're both kids in the scenario. I'd like both people to win. How do you handle it in that way? You know what I mean? Like, that's the conundrum that I was in.
Right.
What's the right thing to do here?
Ultimately, I think even if you were to get their parents involved, their parents could handle it the complete wrong way, and eventually nothing gets resolved at the end of the day, right? Like, sure, the violence stops with your kid, doesn't stop with every other kid. Eventually, he just finds a new target, being like, "Oh, this kid's parents are snitch. I'll find a different kid," right? Like, ultimately, it's parents who really have to teach their kids properly.
Yep.
Which
yeah,
you
and the
can
other
never
piece
have.
too is like you said, you don't know what's going on. Like, does it escalating to the parents now make it even worse with how they deal with that at home? Like, you don't know that. That's a good point, Lee.
Yeah, right? It makes it so tough. Because, like, obviously, like, I'll kill for my tribe, 100%. But that's... Maybe it's just the person that I am, is that I'm very... Like, when it comes to me, personally, it's almost impossible to get me into a fight unless you throw a shot at me. Say what you want. You can even push me. I might even let you take the first swing and give you a warning, and then I'll fight you. But then as soon as it comes to anyone else that I really care about, I'm ready to blast right away. Like,
If someone puked in your mouth at a club,
that's...
If someone peed on
I
your
think
leg at a
I'd be
music
shocked.
festival.
Oh, that was a close one, man. That was a close one. But if someone puked in my mouth at a club, okay, how'd it happen? Give me the scenario.
like they tapped on your shoulder, you turn around and you just like puked right in your mouth.
What? That's so aggressive.
Yeah.
I think I'd be too shook. I think I'd be too shook to do anything. I'm too busy barfing myself. I don't think I could fight at that point. I'd be angry.
Okay, maybe not. Okay, let's say not in your mouth, like all over you, shirt, shoes.
No, I still don't think. I don't think that would take me to violence. I'd be really upset.
And then they peed on your shoes.
They would just whip their dick out right there. Just, what?
Like, I just
No,
accepting the fact that you puked it, like...
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
I can't get mad at either of those because I've done it to my shoes several times, puked and pissed on them. So
What if they shit on your door handle in your car?
I have
Like,
yet to do that to myself.
And they saw you, like you saw them doing that.
There's ooh,
Like you walk out in the morning and someone is like literally like shitting on your door handle, all of them. So you can't just like go in a different door.
see that. Yo, kudos to that guy's effort, but I don't think I would. Yes, it would get physical, but not to the point where like I'm beating the shit on him. But like I think I do shit like I'd slap his ass.
What if
So fucking hard.
What if someone
Like handprints for
What if someone like
sure.
like diarrhea shit on your sunroof? So when you open the sunroof, it just releases the rains down Africa.
Okay, listen. So what would happen then if you slapped his ass and then he charged you with assault?
It'd be the funniest fucking thing. I'll take the charge, but it's fucking hilarious.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Carl said, "What the hell are these scenarios?"
Real life scenarios.
You never
Carl.
know. You never know.
This is
Carl.
real life.
one of us is gonna do it to you. So you go out one morning, you're like, holy shit, they knew it was happening.
Yo,
I
Carl,
just talked.
Carl,
What are the odds?
what would you do if one day you step out and all three of us are just causing a ruckus on your lawn?
Can you imagine?
No, this is one of those things where it's like when people say like, "Oh, I wouldn't do this for $50,000." Everything changes when you're in the moment and you have the money.
And there's
But we don't know
$50,000 in your face.
Exactly. So we don't know what Carl's gonna do until we do it. So after the pod, let's go cause a ruckus on his lawn.
You know what I just imagine? I imagine like Carl like releases his dog into the backyard, dog takes a shit, he's like, oh my god, like took another shit, and then like we approach like, you think that's big? Watch this.
I just had Taco Bell.
No, I actually had Taco Bell the other night. The cinnamon filled the donuts with the sour cream inside.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the best desserts I've ever
Yeah,
had.
they're sick. Yo, even their cinnamon twist, like, sure, it's
like cinnamon toast crunch in a stick.
yeah.
That's
fucking incredible.
Yeah.
This sounds great, but I find it odd that you like it. That sounds like something you would not like.
Who, me?
Cinnamon
Yeah,
donuts filled with cream
actually.
with sour cream?
Yeah.
That does not sound
No,
like a
sour cream. Sour cream. Cream cheese icing.
Oh, that's very different. You said sour cream and I was like,
sorry.
I knew what you meant, but I
even
started to
still,
think about it after because you hate all white liquids. Mayonnaise,
cream cheese icing is
sour
different.
cream.
Semen's the only
No.
exception.
No, yes, sorry, cream cheese icing. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair then. Even still, I still feel like that's something you wouldn't
I'm
like. I
surprised
wouldn't-
you didn't call it out as weird that cinnamon sticks or cinnamon puffs filled with sour cream. Like that
Well,
sounds disgusting.
No, what I was thinking of is the fried they're cream cheese also. I was thinking the cream cheese wontons. But my mind they were sour cream. And I was like,
Those
oh,
are
so-
hype. Those
Those
are
are
hype,
great.
by the way.
Those are great. Yeah. Yeah, but still that's something you wouldn't expect either. Cream cheese wontons that you dip in sweet and sour sauce.
I don't dip it ever.
Ew,
I just eat
that
it
sounds
as is.
disgusting.
It's delicious.
They're amazing.
It's delicious.
They're amazing.
I
It's
mean, okay,
fantastic.
is it cream cheese icing?
No, it's
No.
like cream cheese in the wonton. It's like fried wontons with cream cheese inside.
But it's like sweet cream cheese. It's not like just not regular. It's not just regular cream cheese.
Yeah, see, Carl knows the cinnamon delights. Yeah, they're
Yes.
fucking next level. Like one of like no joke, like top 2-3 desserts I've ever had from from even restaurants. Like
what?
Wow.
It's up there, dude.
I'm gonna tell you, man. White chocolate
of-
brownie from Moxie's was up there for me.
No, so okay, you know those Tiny Tim's donuts, the brown sugar and cinnamon ones.
Mm.
Think of that, but filled with icing. Like that's what we're
good.
talking about. Yeah, they're
Tiny
really fucking good.
Tim's. What?
Yeah, like at the fair. You know the donuts.
I
that
thought
go-
you meant like a Tim Hortons item. I'm so stupid.
He's like they're called Timbits.
That's what I was
I'm gonna
getting
go
ready to say.
next time I go. I'm gonna call them. Can I get a pack of Tiny Tims?
Yo, there was legit one time as kids, my dad takes us to Tim Hortons in our to the drive-thru, sorry, and he pulls up to the ordering menu thing. He's like, "Hey, can I get 20 titbits?" And as a kid, it's like me and my sister were like, hey, say what? And like
That's how you get them. They go up to the window and they're just like.
he used to troll like that real hard. I don't know if I ever mentioned this on the podcast, but one time we went to McDonald's and the bill came up to like 19 something, and he pulls out a 20 and it was like partially ripped, and he was like, this is back when we had paper bills, and he's like, oh, like, do you guys take ripped bills? And she was like, yep. And he takes the 20, rips it right in half, and says, here's 10 and here's another 10. And I was like, yo, what the
Yeah, that's illegal. You can't do that to money.
Yeah, you can't deface currency.
You basically just outed your dad.
Sorry, Papa.
There's gonna be a warrant.
Going to
for his
jail.
arrest.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Papa.
No, it was already ripped.
Well, my parents were just fobs, so they wouldn't know what Timbits were. So like, can we get some of those small circles? Then we're like, what the fuck is
The
that?
ones that look like Maddie's face.
Well, same thing. Even now, like for example,
Pretty big Tim
if you want a donut with like the sprinkle donut from Tim Hortons, you want a vanilla dip.
Yes.
My parents still call it. Can we get the
I
sprinkle
know.
one?
Yeah, I know.
That's what it is. It's a
I
sprinkle
think
donut.
I'm gonna ask after, and Nikki might get mad, but I
Nikki's
think she
here.
calls them sprinkle donuts.
She just said
That's
something
just
about Tiny
donuts.
Tom. I think that's
Yeah, I was gonna
that's your
say,
nickname.
How she
Tiny Tom. It's Tiny. Is it Tiny Tim? I thought it was Tiny Tim.
I don't
Babe, do
know.
you get sprinkled? Do you ask for sprinkle donuts? I think you say sprinkle donuts.
Yo, is it Tiny Tom or Tiny Tim?
I'm googling it right now.
Google it. That's fucking whack. Anyways, how's she listening to this whole podcast and the only thing she said is Tiny Tom?
No, I think she's actually downstairs, so I don't know.
So she's not listening to the whole thing?
Okay, Tiny Tim is a musician.
What? Who?
Tiny Tim.
Give me a song.
It's Tiny Tom's. It's Tiny Tom's.
What?
Ah,
That
wow.
doesn't sound as good.
I've never
Maybe
heard
you're
Tiny
right.
Tom's in my life, but I've heard Tiny Tim a lot of times.
Oh, I'm screen sharing. Sorry, guys.
Where?
Oh, no, you say Vanilla Dip. No, sorry, on my
It's on
Twitch.
Twitch. Yeah, fair.
Okay, I know someone that gets sprinkle donuts. I still do.
I
So
think
there's
they
nothing wrong
should be
with
called.
Sprinkle Donut.
They should be called Sprinkle Donut. That makes more sense.
What about Nipple Sprinkle? What if they're called Nipple Sprinkle?
Yeah.
That's hot. That's hot.
Yeah. That is.
Funny story. So anyone who doesn't know, that's Lucas's gamer tag and his YouTube
Everything.
stream. Yeah, that's his thing.
My password to
my stretch
everything.
is his
Hack me,
Nipple
bitch.
Sprinkle. So he's got a little like logo and stuff, and he shows me at work one day, and he's like, "Hey, like this is the logo I'm doing." And he's like, "Would you mind like, I don't know, I guess doing a final copy or something for him?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, "Show me what you're working on, and I'll do one." And he shows me it, and I was like, "Okay, I'll do one the way you want it, and then I'll do one with my own. Like I'm taking full creative control. You pick whatever you like, but like I want to take a stab at it too." And he's like, "Yeah, you're probably better at this stuff than me." And I was like, "Probably? Maybe probably." We are not in the same ring when it comes to this kind of shit.
Yo, what if his stuff was better than yours?
I would be really upset.
Yo, I like how you
also
outed that,
wanna-
but you didn't even do
Hold on.
it. You didn't even do
I want
it.
to. I want to laugh at Carl
Tony
saying
Tim.
Tony.
Yo, who the fuck is Tony Tim?
Is that the? Oh, I was thinking Tony the Tiger.
Tony Tim. Yo, props to Emma for calling out on that too. Thank you.
I wanted to, but I don't want to interrupt Luke's story. Tony Tim.
Tony Tim. That's not a person. Is that Tony the Tiger's last name?
Yo, what is this?
Tony the Tiger Tim?
Who?
Sister 19
What's this
LOL online. Is that someone with their like the webcam shit trying to advertise their name?
Yo, find out. Someone open it up.
I'll look it up. Matt, you're screen sharing. Don't risk
Yeah.
it.
I put the. His name is not the little kid with the crutch is not Tony Tim.
Yeah, Carl, we know who you're talking about, but that's not his fucking name. It's
Yo,
not Tony
why'd you
Tim.
delete that message? Sister online.
I know, I put them in
information
timeout.
about this webpage. Uh-oh. I'm gonna let me open up an incognito just in case.
Yes. Do that.
Yeah.
The site can't be reached.
Tiny. Yeah. Tony Tim. That's
Tony
what we're gonna.
Tim.
I'm gonna.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Tony.
Tony Tim. That's actually the tiger's name.
That's so interesting.
I
though.
just said that joke.
No, that's my joke.
I just said that joke. How dare
I
you.
wanted so bad, Carl, for you to make a typo and call him like Tiny Tom. I really hoped you had made another one.
Yeah, he just keeps fucking up.
And I could have pictured him like you would have been like, fuck it.
I bet he was getting frustrated with us too. He's like, "It's the kid with the fucking crutch who dies, man. You fucking idiots." But yeah, well, we fucking know, Carl. Jesus. Blaming it on us.
And now he's gonna be laughing. He's like, fuck, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. He was getting frustrated. He thought we were idiots. Uno reverse, baby. Magic cylinder. He just got fucking magic cylindered.
Correct. Tony
time.
Don't you hate autocorrect?
Tony
It's
Tony time.
It's like Diesel Time, the Diesel Time meme, but replace it with Tony Time.
Oh goodness.
He's
Oh,
so
man.
pissed. He's so heated right now. Tony time. Tony time donuts. They're great. Fucking great.
Ooh, I need a shot for that one.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
shots.
dude.
Let's do it. That's good. That's good.
Carl, we appreciate that. That's good. That's some good,
Lucas,
good quality humor.
did you buy the hat or did someone knit it for you?
What are you gonna say about it? What's wrong with my hat?
No, nothing. I'm genuinely asking. It looks like someone made it.
Someone gifted me this hat. One of my exes that you know.
Don't I know all of them?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, but this one's hugely famous. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, this guy.
Carl said he's never watching it again.
I had to sit on a shot because you made me laugh halfway through it.
It's not my fault. You did it.
Oh man, Carl, that was good.
New rule is you're never allowed to do anything. Watch this podcast on anything but your phone.
Yeah.
I enjoy this thoroughly.
Tony time. Yo, that's got to be our next shirt. Tony time.
Tony time.
Yo, Carl, would you let us animate
on it
your
right
face
after
onto
this.
his shirt?
And his stuff.
It's Tony time. Oh, please. Please. Oh, that's fucking good. Woo. My goodness. Oh, anyways.
Oh god, that's good.
To kind of segue from what we were originally talking about, taking it to a different avenue, since we're kind of talking about bullying. Do you think we ever kind of like dance that line of being bullies? Like,
Yeah.
I think we can all,
I did.
wholeheartedly say
100%.
we hate bullies. And I don't like them. I fucking hate bullies. But there are some times where I do some shit and I'm like,
Every
am I being
person
the I hate?
every person I've talked to or that I know was in some way or another a bully to someone else. And the thing is, like, you may not have thought it at the time, but in hindsight, you look back, you're like, yeah. I definitely was. 100%.
100%. And I think we can even talk. Lee and I, we have current examples. Let's just talk about.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
We could talk about. Like I'm not trying to.
Are we being bullies though?
Yeah.
I was thinking about this today.
Can I say it? Can I say it right now?
Go ahead. You first.
C
You
sheets.
first. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we're bullies. Okay, so here I'll give context to the story. Fuck. Yeah, okay. So I was thinking about it today, and I was like, okay, are we bullies? Because yeah, our nature is we poke fun at people, we crack jokes at people's expense, but I don't do it to people who don't do it themselves. So if you say I'm part of the game, you're fucking part of the game. So I wouldn't make fun of someone if they didn't make fun of other people.
And I think that's
You know what I mean?
fair. If you're able to, if you dish it out, you should be able to
You're in
receive it just as much.
100%.
And I think another important part of that too is if someone has like something that could be used as like a focal point for being teased about, if they're the first ones to make a joke about it, it's fine. But like I would never be the first person to like make a joke. Like an example would be like someone who's cross-eyed. I would never be like, well, what are you looking at? You know what I mean? Like never ever would I lead with that. Like I would, even if they do it and they make it aware, I still get uncomfortable about like,
okay,
when is it okay to like.
So I've got two stories.
A quick example of that is the person that Lee is about to talk about, for example, is someone who has a few things going on in this individual's life. And a good example is this person has a few conditions, and one of them happens to be a stutter. And we always agreed we would never make fun of it. Up until this guy started mocking everyone else for everything. So like, let's say I misspoke. He would mock me for being an idiot
immediately.
Yeah, like, and I'll be like, okay, bro, then you're back in this game. Like, I know.
Yeah, like let's fucking tango. Okay, so two stories.
But sorry. So before you go,
yeah.
Like, do you think that is the case because of previous experiences this person has had because of their stutter?
100%. He's told me several times. Okay, fuck. Now I've got 3 stories to tell. Let me tell these stories.
We don't have time.
If you have that many stories, you're definitely a bully.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so the first story, I'll dovetail off of what you're saying there, Matt. Like about did this come from past experience and stuff? 100%. Because there was one time where he got this lemon-filled donut, and he's eating his lemon-filled donut, and I told him jokingly, obviously, I was like, "Hey, so and so," I was like, "How about we do this? Wouldn't it be funny if we put that donut on the table?" You put your mouth on one side, and I'll slam the donut, and all the film will shoot into your mouth. And he's like, haha, that would be funny. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. He's like, well, I'm just afraid of you shattering my teeth. And I was like, what? And he's like, well, you said you want to put the donut in my mouth and then punch it into my mouth, right? And I was like, whoa, bro, like, no, that's so mean. That's not what I was talking about at all. He's like, oh, sorry. And he's like, sorry, I grew up being bullied and like I'm used to people fighting me and stuff. And I was like, whoa, I am so sorry.
And now,
like,
and now I feel bad. Now I feel bad for laughing at thinking that, because that's who the fuck would do that?
Yeah, I'm not trying to do that. Like,
I've only seen on The Sopranos.
Just fucking punched the donut in his face. Like, why did you think I want to do that? That's cruel. That's horrible.
That is like craziest
That's like-
take I've ever heard.
That's the laziest way of curb stomping I've ever heard, bro.
Yeah. With a lemon-filled donut.
And that's like heartbreaking that someone would think that that's what you meant when
That's
Yeah,
what I
like,
want
oh,
to do too.
man.
Yeah, very hard.
but it's like it's also like comical that
it's hilarious. That's where his mind went.
the concept of like why would you do you want this
No,
donut?
but the fact that at first he's like, that sounds like a great idea, but
I like my.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm a
want to
little
lose my
concerned.
teeth. What?
Okay, but then
Oh,
so
man.
I was thinking about it earlier because I was thinking about bringing this up, and I was like, yeah, we're not bullies to this guy because he dishes it so he can take it. Like I'm playing on the same level he is. Like I'm not one upping him. I'm doing what he does. Until Lukasz mentioned fucking C sheets, so I gotta tell that story. So basically, what we did is we need to scan certain documents to this in our scanner at work to this thing called checking sheets. Basically, it goes to head office and it goes to a specific department, and they get all this paperwork. This particular individual is not set up in our scanner because there's nothing to scan to him. He doesn't need to be in there. So what I did is I added his email into the scanner, but I called it C Sheets. And I told everyone in the warehouse, I was like, hey guys, everyone, next time you're scanning something into checking sheets, you also have to scan it into C Sheets, knowing it's going to go to this guy's email. So everyone's just scanning random documents. He's getting all these facts and stuff being like, what the fuck is this? So I guess maybe that's bullying, or maybe it's a fun practical joke. I don't know.
The funny
Yeah.
part is that he'll be getting these emails, and he'll be like, "Why am I getting all these emails?" And we'll be like, "Bro, we're all getting them. Just ignore them." And then he'll get an email, and he'll be like, "Who the fuck is sending me all these emails?" And some people are just super nonchalant about it, because then we have coworkers who will just like scan a fork to him. I'm like, bro, like be a little more subtle.
Yeah, okay, see, so like those are the people that I would say are like crossing the line.
Right?
Yeah, like because there's a practical joke, but it's like, are you taking it too far?
Yeah. Now, and then Lukasz brought up how we said we'd never make fun of his stutter until he started to, make fun of the way other people talk. And the other day, it just kind of slipped. And I didn't mean to make fun of it, but so what happened, Lukasz, I don't even know if you noticed this, but like I have a special project going on at work, and I need to pull at least one guy with me for the next week or so. So I told everybody, I was like, another Sister 19 lol online.
Popular with
down
the
for
boss.
that.
Sister baby. So I need to pull someone for the special project. So I asked everybody, like, who's gonna be my right hand man next week? And two specific individuals said, "Oh, not me." Like, no, I don't want to. And I was like, "Oh, well, guess what? Since you guys don't want to do it, you're both doing it." Just to kind of stick it to them. And then this particular individual with the stutter, he was like, "Oh, but I," and I was like, "You're gonna do it." And I caught myself and I was like, "Oh no!"
Oh, see, the fact that you didn't even let him finish first, that's fucked.
You know what though?
There's a little
That's
aggressive,
like the number one thing they with people with stutters is you never like try to finish their sentence for them.
but if sometimes
you
I
crossed
don't
the
do it,
line.
I will be there for like 6 hours.
So yeah, the thing is with
That's too bad, man.
The unfortunate
it is too bad.
The unfortunate thing is that sometimes his stutter will go off to the point where he will even start correcting it, which makes it worse. Like, let's say he starts stuttering, he'll be like, "Oh, sorry," and then he'll start again.
It starts
Happens for
all
another
over.
10 seconds. "Oh, sorry," and then so one time I was in a rush for something, so he's like, "Hey, Lukasz, so I was on the phone, and he's like, "Hey, can I ask you for something?" Like, "Hey, sorry, just give me 1 second." Yeah. And he did this, and it took 3 laps. I'm like, "I'm sorry, I no longer have time," and I went back to it. But I wasn't trying to be a dick. Legitimately,
You're on the phone.
for work reasons, it was not being efficient with my time. I had to go back to doing
So could the approach be you could be like, individual, why don't you take like a few minutes, gather your thoughts, and then
No, I just said it wasn't worth my time.
You got one shot, homie.
No, because I could have finished his sentence and told you what he was asking me. It was a question he knew the answer to,
Oh fuck, that's
which is even worse. Because then it's like, because it's like, bro, like you already know the answer to this. Please don't ask me this. And if you've told this individual to not ask
I do that
you,
at work.
and it's like, oh my god, bro, come on.
I do that at work all the time, and I try to catch myself. But like, someone's in the middle of asking me a question that I know the answer to, like, I'll cut them off before they even finish asking the question because I'm like, I already know.
That's toxic.
Like where
You're
you're
bullying.
going. No, and I try to not because it's like I don't want them to feel like I'm interrupting. But it's like sometimes I'm like, yo, we don't have a lot of time, so it's just like I want to.
Yeah, I don't want to waste my time with this.
I don't want to say it's wasting my time, but it's like I already know kind of where you're going, so like
Sure.
let me give you my feedback.
I'm the opposite, actually. When they ask me a stupid question that I know they know the answer to, I let them figure it out. Like if they ask me something
That's
stupid,
good.
I'm like,
That's actually
okay,
a good.
what do you mean? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good problem solving. We've started to do that. Is like if you have a problem, you have to actually come to me with a solution to your problem. At least one.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's very good.
That's what I actually do on Reddit posts. Is that I'm on Reddit posts for certain games, and certain people will like ask about, hey, what should I do next? And I'll be like, what? So what have you thought that you should do next? And they'll usually be like, I didn't think I want you guys to. It's like, you want us to waste our time figuring this shit out for you? Like,
Well, okay, but
cool.
that's different. That's different because it's like that's personal life. But it's like if it's professional, it's like you're assuming that I have all this free time to help you figure out your problems. Like I don't have.
Why should that be different than free time or professional? If you're wasting my time, regardless in any sense, that's still my time that I don't get back.
Because some people, I think, get joy out of helping anyone they can.
I do
like,
not.
That's true.
Like
I do not get that.
No,
joy.
but then
I feel
leave it for the
zero
people
joy
who
from
do.
doing that.
But then just like leave it because there's some people who will.
But if they're
like,
asking you directly, how are you supposed to leave it?
Oh, then don't post on Reddit. Stupid.
No. Like if they're tagging me for an opinion on something that's irrelevant to me.
Yo, how popular are you? That
I'm
you're
so
getting
popular,
tagged
bro.
on
I got like
Reddit?
five. I got
Yo,
like
we got a
five
celebrity.
followers.
We've got a fucking celebrity here.
Yo, one thing I want to call out, this one that just posted the recent Sister 19 LOL online. Yo, the W in their name, in their profile pic is sick. Like, look at that W. Like, that's not
It's
a
like-
normal
cool.
W.
Yo.
That's like a cool ass, like,
Yeah, I want that
torch
W.
candlelight W.
It's probably not actually a W though. It's probably like a.
Yo, isn't that Poseidon? It's like the end of a trident. That's
yeah,
so
like,
sick.
yeah, that's what I said.
That is a. that is a-
Candlelight and tridents are two different things. Have you ever had a?
You've been spending too much time with your Jewish friend. I think
Yo,
everything.
for the-
yo, I'm
What is
sorry.
it called?
Yeah, that one's got 7.
What's
sorry.
that thing called?
A Arena of Time or the Euchosaurus?
It's called
Euchre.
Light the
Menorah. The menorah.
menorah. That's right. Very nice.
I knew
Hey.
it. I fucking knew it.
Yo, if
Is
a
it
girl asks me
menorah?
some stupid questions,
Menorah.
I'm
It's gotta be a
ignore.
Menorah.
Lucas,
so
what did you say?
I'm
So
so
if a girl asks me a stupid question, I'm ignore. Sorry, man.
No.
Yo,
that's
you know
bad,
what
dude.
though? If it this joke's pretty offensive, but okay, if
Yes.
at least like my attention. So
Go
if
for it.
if a Jewish guy with an erection walks into a wall, what does he say?
God.
Ow, my nose.
Oh.
That's true.
Funny, you know the between two ferns that
Yes, I love that.
Did you see
whole
he told
series.
that joke to Paul Rudd told that joke and the two of them were like fucking laughing.
Yeah.
I didn't
Really?
know Paul Rudd was Jewish.
Yeah,
Is he?
in that interview, he asked him. He's like, "Oh, like something like, are you proud that you're the guy in Hollywood who is able to hide that he's a practicing Jew?" He's like, "I'm not a practicing Jew. I've mastered it."
I love Paul Rudd.
Yo, Paul Rudd's so funny.
He
How
is
can-
funny.
how
all
can
of
you
the
dislike
between two
Paul
ferns
Rudd?
is great. Honestly, you can't.
He's even played Jake Gyllenhaal.
Of anyone, he'd probably be the guy I'd cast to play Jake.
What the hell do you mean by Carl? Aren't you Jewish by proxy? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Proxy? Like my internet proxy?
I thought proxies were like stand-ins.
I
could be
thought
wrong.
proxy was short for like proximity.
Could be as well. Like proxy.
Like in James Bond, get the proxy mines.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
GoldenEye, hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I am, but it's like these are like this is my second year of doing all of the annual traditions. So like Passover's coming up. Passover's are a lot of fun. It's cool being part of those traditions because I'm learning a whole new thing that I didn't know for my whole life.
Oh, absolutely. That's the fun part about learning.
Okay,
anything.
Carl just answered yes. Like to what, Carl? Like
The proximity
there was-
mines.
Oh, proximity, yeah.
Oh.
No, technically. So the actual way it works is that the only way that someone can be classified as Jewish is, I think, by blood, and I think it has to be, if I understand this correctly, from the mom. The mom has to be
Oh,
Jewish.
I'm
for you
Jewish
to be
then.
classified. Okay, cool.
Sick.
That,
That's very neat. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a bloodline faith. That's there's got to be ways to get. I don't want to say sworn in, but what's the equivalent of? Sure. Not
I don't know.
Do you have to take like
What's the
a blood
equivalent again?
transfusion
Are
from
you
another Jewish
baptized?
person?
Are you
No,
baptized? in Judaism?
no.
Like, what is it called?
Circumcised.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like how you like become one of the faith, like how you convert.
But also,
I
what is that thing called? What is it like? You
I
get baptized
I will do some homework
Yeah.
and find out for you guys for next week. But funny that Lucas, you bring up the circumcision thing because it's oh god, the event is called something for the boy for when this happens to the boy. It's called it's like an event and it's like a big event. It's very
Bar mitzvah?
no.
Bar mitzvahs are sick though. I've been to one. It's wicked.
So basically, they have this event when the baby boy is circumcised. Like it's done like in a room, and like you're there to see. So basically, like Jacob's son, when this happened to him, he said he had this event, the bris. That's actually correct. Carl's correct. It's called the bris. And Jacob said that one of his colleagues at the time that he was a friend with, came and was like front row and was like, but like you could see everyone else that wasn't part of the family or whatever, like didn't come like right to the front of the table. And he said that when it happened, the dude literally almost like fainted. Like people had to like catch him.
Oof.
It's like, why? Like, he's like the guy was like brown skinned like Yuli, and he said he went so pale when it happened. And he just like stumbled back, and like people had to like catch this dude from like fainting.
I don't know that I could be there for that.
Because Jacob was like, "Are you sure? Like you don't have to be the front." The guy's like, "No, I'm okay." And then that happened.
How did he like just happen to stumble upon the room, just sat in that place, and
He's like, "Hey, what's going on here?"
He's like, "Why is everyone so far back?" He's like, "It'd be awkward to step away now." So
Yeah,
he just
yeah,
stuck
probably.
there. Just
I don't
stuck
want to say like far back, but it was like around like a table, and like you can stand where you want. But yeah, the guy sitting like Jacob said he almost fainted. But yeah, I don't know if I could watch that. Like that would be pretty fucking intense.
I couldn't be there for it. I feel
You have to be. You have to be there for it, but you can't. Like you don't.
For
you
me,
have to, like,
it's just more
even
so.
still.
I know there's nothing like wrong with it, but to me, it'd be like I'm kind of violating the kid's privacy for being there. Like,
but it's like part of their
weird.
it's part of the tradition.
I get
Sure,
that.
but
Like
is the
so be
kid
it. That's
kid
fine.
cool with that?
Yeah, he's like, check out my nuts, bitch.
Yeah, like is the kid like, oh, everyone's gonna be.
I don't mean to insult anyone's tradition.
Yeah, like is the kid gonna be like, yo, just throw a jam while I get knocked out and just take care of business? Like,
Yo,
I personally would feel weird.
Here's the thing. You know what's crazy? It happened to my dad when he was like 8 years old. Like he
It happened
remembers.
it happened to my coworker when he was 10.
Oh
my
Fuck
god,
that's way too old. I couldn't
Yeah.
do that to a newborn. I couldn't do it personally. I couldn't do it. To
Yeah.
but 10?
Yo, like imagine living with that. Like no, like you will never forget that. Like when you're that young, like you don't remember it. But like
My coworker still has resentment for it.
You're talking about
For
like
sure.
the whole bris thing going on, or just
Like
the
the whole
No, just the
circumcision
circumcision.
alone?
Just the circumcision.
I thought you said like the bris
Yo,
was
no,
going on.
no,
and
that's
you're
even
aware.
worse. That's even worse.
Imagine you're 10 years old, no knockout or anything. You're still
Oh,
awake,
this-
and people are jamming around you while you're getting your dick cut off. Like fuck.
This kid's got a hog. Jesus Christ, what's going on?
Did you say that? I thought you were reading a comment.
No.
yeah.
Carl's got a
even
point.
more-
It's a tradition, but not all traditions are good traditions. That's a good
That's a
example.
fair point. That is a fair
No, but so I'll do some homework because I'll get more context as to like why it's a celebration and all that.
Yo, Matty
But the
doing his
very
homework?
the very interesting part is that there's nothing celebrated for girls, like of the equivalent. Which
Well, what would they
I mean,
do?
no, but I mean like there's no, not even to relate with the girl, but more just in general. There's just like no birth celebration for the girl
Oh, I see.
really at all.
So
I
yeah,
think.
but that's how usually
Interesting.
your religions
Yeah,
are.
no, and that's yeah.
No
yeah,
offense.
exactly. Like, no, it's not. It's the truth of history.
Yeah,
right?
it's not like it's up to date.
Well,
You know, Matty's homework is gonna be him knocking on his brother-in-law's door, being like, "Could you tell me something?"
What happens to your pee-pee when you're born?
So if I want to become Jewish and I don't have Jewish blood in me, do I get a transfusion first and then I can join the?
Ooh, is that a workaround?
That's a good question. I'll ask. These are very good inquiries around.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Jacob wants to be on an episode very badly. He wants to be on an episode where we talk about
end
very,
of this month. Tell him to join.
very
it and we'll get the
controversial.
girls next month.
He wants to be part of a very controversial topic. Any controversial topic.
The deal is
And-
you can come on when we talk about something very basic and just like one side.
But these are good questions. We can definitely ask about
sure.
the Hebrew faith because I'm still learning lots about it. But they have very good matzah. The bread is
Okay.
very good. It's like honey. No, the matzah, is that the matzah? Yeah, that's the bread. It's literally like
Mozzarella?
honey. No, it's like honey bread. It's like
That sounds
so
great.
good.
That
Yeah,
sounds
it's
great,
very
yeah.
good.
It's funny when I
Very
told my brother that I went to the naming ceremony. He's like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's like a Jewish celebration for the kids and stuff." He's like, "Oh, did you have lox and bagels?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I never. What the fuck is lox?" And he's like, "Oh, it's like a salmon
cream cheese."
Yeah, it's like a salmon thing with bagels." And I was like, "Yeah, I did have lox and bagels then." Like it's so stereotypical, but yes, I did.
They're
yes,
so
I
good.
fucking did.
It's so
It
fucking
was,
good.
it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Oh,
Sorry, go on.
no, but sorry, Nikki's saying the naming ceremony. But the naming ceremony is regardless of I think if it's a girl or a boy. I think
Right.
it happens either way.
But
I think maybe not. That's a good
no,
point. We'll
I
have to-
think you're right.
I think it
but
is both.
I'm glad you said that, and thanks for bringing that up, Nikki. Because if I remember correctly from the naming ceremony, like you said, there isn't, other than the naming ceremony, there isn't a birth celebration for the women. But correct me if I'm wrong, but the reason for that is because it seems on paper that it's like sexist towards women, being like, why don't they get a celebration? But if I heard correctly, it's that they actually believe women to be higher than men, so they don't need to be celebrated because they are right. Oh
Yeah,
or maybe you
I
missed
wouldn't
that part.
know. I wasn't there. I was late because of.
Yes, you were. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I was late.
I believe that was part of it. Confirmed with Jacob, but there's actually
Okay.
a better explanation than being like, oh, it's just sexist. It was actually kind of like uplifting, like, oh, cool, you're actually like celebrating women by not forcing them into the celebration. It's a weird thing, but it made sense to me. I dug it.
Nikki said matzah's the balls. So
Like
what's
matzo
the bread?
balls?
So funny enough, the show Dave about Little Dicky, because Little Dicky's Jewish, he has his friend Gator at Gata. Is his name Gata? Yeah, Gata at the house, and his parents like, do you want matzah? And he's like, nah, I'm I'm lactose intolerant. But it's like they're talking about fucking like the matzo balls, which is like just it's not cheese at all. But he's like, nah, I'm good. I don't like cheese.
So what is it?
It's like I don't know how to even explain what it is. It looks like a meatball, but it's not meat. It's like bread and it's like crumbs of stuff in like a ball. Matzo soup. Yeah, it's like it's actually pretty good. It's not bad. Like they taste very interesting. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe we'll just
you're
have
giving
like
a lot of words with no actual context.
Yeah, what the?
I don't know. I honestly don't know how I would even explain what it tastes like or what it. Maybe we'll do instead of how there's like Friends Mist. Maybe we'll do like Friendsica, which is like Friends Hanukkah.
Yeah, I'm game for sure.
I'd actually be down.
Yeah, Nikki said
do we
it's like
bring our
mushy.
own?
it's like mushy bread in
That's not selling it.
in a
That's not
meatball,
selling it.
but it has like
That doesn't sell
flavor. It's like
I hope so.
think of like steak. Think of this. Think of like steak spice mushy bread balls.
You guys aren't doing a good job.
I'm not gonna lie, man. The
The
problem,
others did a good job.
the
I don't know
problem
what the
with these
fuck.
traditions
I don't want it.
is that
I don't want the dairy.
is that I don't
want-
take
I'm
it
not gonna do
seriously. So like same thing. If Jacob brought dreidels and started spinning it, I would bring a Beyblade and let it fucking rip. Like
Yeah, kick his
Did
ass.
I tell you guys about the dreidel at Hanukkah this year?
no.
The one that his dad brought out, and it was vodka, tequila, rum, or anal was the dreidel.
No way. That's sick.
I could be Jewish.
Yo,
Yeah.
can we we'll bring it to Lee's wedding.
Please, yes. All four sides say anal. Please, please.
Anal? What's anal?
An annulment. Well, everyone, it's time
Okay,
to talk about
yeah.
what we're grateful for.
Okay, Emma said, wow, Maddie's like, it's really good, but it also sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like on the fence. I'd say it's like a 6. Like I don't eat a lot of it because
You started off by like really trying to sell it.
Yeah.
To us, and then
It's
now
okay.
you're like, the
Some
more we keep
people-
talking about it, it's like
Some
fucking-
people, my mom really likes it. Like my mom, everyone really likes it. Nikki's not a fan. Kel really
everyone.
likes it.
This keeps going downhill, man.
Yeah, like, do you like mushy balls?
Everyone
or
is
not?
like more than half of the people that are there.
Okay,
That's
I'll tell you
everyone.
what. When you have this Friendsika thing, I'm busy.
Like we'll do one for Passover. I just don't know what we'll call the friend. Like what would you call the friends version of Passover?
Pass out.
Friends over.
I don't know.
I got my friends over.
Perfect. Seriously, I'll talk to them. Maybe we'll host it this year. We'll do a friends over, and maybe that'll be like we'll record it. It'll be like a history lesson on
That'd
the
be cool.
Hebrew
Yeah.
traditions.
Do I have to get circumcised to come, or can I just
To come in like which way?
to the friends over pass outness or whatever?
Apparently, if you're not circumcised, you could just like roll it back like a turtleneck, and you're good.
So either you have to wear a turtleneck, or you
Do I wear
you
a matching
become-
turtleneck with like I knit a little one for my willy and then one for myself that match?
You gotta show everybody though. We gotta know.
Emma said it should be called Passover.
Fuck
That's
you. Fuck you. Emma.
I'm not a hoe. I'm not a hoe.
Yeah, we're gonna pass you around though. Okay.
Me or Emma?
You.
No,
man.
you.
Fuck.
That'd be weird if we. That'd be like a
Yeah.
weird comment.
It would be weird. It would
It's
be-
better than you saying about me. I don't want to get past
No,
it.
it would be weird passing Emma around because we'd pass you around no problem.
It's true.
It'd just be
I've
weird.
been there, done that.
All right, what's everyone grateful
I'm
for?
grateful that I didn't get
Lee, are you
circumcised in a
wasted?
room with 20 people watching.
I'm feeling it, bro. Are you? Are we doing one to go? Are we doing one to go? I'm
Yeah, we'll
grateful. I am grateful for this last shot of the night. That's gonna put me in a real nice place.
All right, let me pull one up.
Yeah, let me get one.
Tell you what. I'm gonna pour a little more into it.
Wow, so thankful.
Wow.
Oh my God! Wow.
That's big.
That's what you get. That's karma.
No, it's tequila.
Deserved it. I deserved it.
Yo, I'm thankful.
This
I'm
isn't karma?
thankful. I'm thankful for exposure to Hebrew traditions and making them part of my life. So
Fuck
cheers
you.
to that.
Lucas and I said funny things, and this guy's like getting real and shit.
I was serious. I'm grateful I didn't get circumcised in a room of 10 people.
Okay, yeah, well,
I'm dead serious.
It was 9.
yeah, 9 people.
The Germans
Cheers.
attacked? 9?
Emma said Lee's going right to bed.
I can't. I gotta go to the gulag.
Emma, he's playing Warzone with the boys after.
With the
Oh my!
Oh my god. I lied. Yes, I probably will, but I gotta eat this fucking shawarma first because it's delicious.
What time is it?
Anyways,
Are we
guys.
done?
Everyone,
done?
God bless.
Oh my God, we're over.
Happy
I had to
New
take my
Year.
pants off during the podcast, by the way, because my pants were wet.
Prove it. Prove it.
You
He's
gotta
gone.
imagine. You just gotta use your imagination.
Shrimp wontons. Shrimp wontons. Shrimp wontons.
Okay, we'll see.
See you guys.
We'll see you guys
year.
next Friday.
Huh? See
Yeah.
you guys.
No, next year because Lunar New Year just happened. So, bye.